We have covered these PPTs, correct? Critical scenarios and IT service transition plan.
Can you show me IT service transition plan? I think we did only the first one, na? Critical scenarios yesterday.
The second one also we covered. Okay, let me open it.
I just open once.
Okay, this is regarding critical scenarios. Incomplete knowledge transfer, SME attrition, access delayed. Okay, client confidence gap, communication gap, and after this, so smooth and risk-free transition, um, application services in scope. In scope, in the sense what we are responsible for, what we are supporting, not all the applications what client is having. So
Right.
your vendor will be having a SOW agreement with the client. What applications need to be covered? So that is the meaning of this. Only that particular stuff will be covered.
The vendor you are referring to whom here? Vendor? Who is vendor?
Like if you are working for Wipro, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Wipro is a vendor who is providing service to client. Got it?
If I'm working for, let's say if I'm working for Wipro, correct? So Wipro is my client, correct?
Wipro is not your client. Your client will be like Emblem Health or something like that. Who is paying you the salary is your client.
Right, right. So basically, you mean to say that vendor you are referring to the third party who is taking care of applications. This is what you mean.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, basically the IT stuff who are taking care, correct?
Hmm. See,
Okay.
Wipro is just an intermediate component between your between the employee and the client. Simple. They are
Hmm.
getting paid into four, and they'll keep the 50% or 70%, and then they pay you rest of the salary. Your salary will be 30%. That's how the calculation will be. Okay. So,
Sir, can you come? Just a minute. Can you come once again on this part actually?
okay. Imagine your client is in US, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Your client name is Bank of America,
Hmm.
and you are working for Wipro. What do you think Bank of America will pay for Wipro? Is the same amount that you get in your account? No. For
No.
example, if your salary is 10 lakhs, maybe your vendor is charging 40 lakhs to client.
Hmm.
They will get 40 lakhs and they'll pay you 10 lakhs. That's how it works. Because your top management, your cost cutting, your seat cost, your infrastructure cost, security cost, everything will be covered in that,
Correct.
including your transportation.
Right, right.
Okay, including
Correct.
sometimes your shift allowance, your food allowance, all those things. That's how it is.
Right.
The person who is paying for your work is called as a client,
Correct.
and the person who is consuming your service also called as a client. But the
Right.
but the company what you are working, don't think your company is a client. Company is just a providing you a platform to work on that particular technology to provide a service to some other XYZ person.
Right.
Okay. Now, how your daily tracking, weekly tracking, monthly tracking will be done is daily calls, weekly calls. This daily calls you'll be providing an updates. Weekly calls, KT transition, risk issues, steering. See, all the overall job is you keep on asking question to your team members. Is it going good? What you have learned today? And your next question will be based on his answer. For DevOps guy, you should ask what pipeline are you comfortable with? Do you see any kind of a different kind of a pipelines they have been working for? If yes, what are those different pipelines? And when you're talking to developer, you need to talk what is the endpoints they are planning for, what this endpoint agenda, is it for security purpose, is it for security purpose, what kind of requirement is this, like this you have to post a questions. Now, the most important part is documentation. Documentation while KT is happening, documentation when they are sharing a document and they are showing you these are the steps we are following, that documentation, standard operating procedures, SOPs, and run books. How you log into the servers, how you randomly generate the passwords. I told you right yesterday about a CyberArk, correct? CyberArk is a tool which will help to generate a passwords, a temporary password for that particular duration. Every day you have to log in through CyberArk.
Correct.
CyberArk will help you for the analysis, so server metrics, all those things. Now, phases, phase-wise completion. How much you have completed in phase one? How much you have completed in phase two? How do you consider your learning? How do your team feel confident about it? Okay, you should involve the client before the reverse KT at least one or twice so that your team will get comfortable. Okay,
What is this upcoming milestone referring here, basically?
like for 1 week you have planned. Okay, is everything going as per your plan? Yes or no? Is the KT is happening regularly on the scheduled time? Yes or no? If yes, the whatever the KT they have got, they will not give KT for complete 8 or 9 hours, right? They'll give complete KT for 1 or 2 hours maximum. Rest of the time, your team member has to keep on repeat that recordings, listen to it, and make a documentation out of it. And whatever he is referring, that he has to cross verify that the document is been really shared with them in the SharePoint, whatever he has discussed in the KT or not. That is a question you have to ask, and that is a document you have to cross verify whatever the document he has shown in the KT, and is that a document is shared in the SharePoint or not. You got it? That's how you calculate the
Right.
milestones. Phase
Okay.
wise, observation phase wise, is everything going as per the plan or not? The person who is giving the KT is giving, and the person who is receiving the KT is also following the right instructions, right? The person who is
Right.
receiving a KT has to pay the full attention rather than a person who is giving the KT. He will be obviously not happy because he lost a project and is going to someone
Hmm.
else. In spite of their hard work, they won't feel comfortable to share the knowledge documentation, obviously. So in this case, we have to keep on ask questions. We have to cross verify the documentations available in the SharePoint or not. If they are available also, if my team is having access or not. For example, today they have completed a development environment transactions or some KT. Is your team got a development server access or not? The first question. Yes or no? If no, then we have to concentrate on document. If yes, did he cross verify the steps what he has performed? Not by implementing, but at least cross verifying in that particular folder, is this file is there or not? The file is having permissions or not? Is it executable or not? All those things. Okay. The basic checkpoints. So these two PPTs I've given it to you already in your drive.
राइट बिल्कुल। अच्छा, ये रन बुक्स क्या होता है? वरना रन बुक्स जो आपने लिखा हुआ है, ये थोड़ा बताना आप।
कहाँ पे है ये?
ये स्लाइड में था अभी एक, इसी में पीपीटी में था, रन बुक्स जो है।
हम्म। अब देखो रन बुक जो क्या होता है, क्या मान लो यूनिक्स टीम कोई पैचिंग कर रहा है, ओके?
हम्म।
Server patching, Unix team is doing some patching. They
हम्म।
cannot do the steps which is out of the box.
ओके।
They have to follow that run book. Run book means the steps given by the client.
ओके, गॉट इट।
The same steps he has to follow. He cannot follow something else. And the same runbook you have to attach to in your change implementation plan. आपको चेंज
Hmm.
में अटैच करना पड़ेगा डॉक्यूमेंट, वही स्टेप सेम एज इट इज विदाउट चेंजिंग द ऑर्डर यू हैव टू एग्जीक्यूट. अगर आपने कुछ इधर उधर किया, अगर वो डिप्लॉयमेंट फेल हुआ, अगर वो पैचिंग फेल हुआ, वॉट एवर द एक्टिविटी दे आर डूइंग, इफ इट इज फेल, you cannot do back out up, you cannot bring it back to the previous state. So run books are really important. That's the name. Run, you have to run on the server during the execution time. The name itself is came like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
हम्म यहाँ पे है ना SOP and run books. ये standard
Hmm.
operating procedure with respect to tickets. This is with respect to changes. Tickets मतलब कोई टिकट आ गया आपका P4 लेवल, लो लेवल प्रायोरिटी, यू हैव टू डू द रीस्टार्ट. बट रीस्टार्ट में भी एक ऑर्डर होता है. आप अपनी मर्जी से यू कॉन्ट डू एनी रीस्टार्ट जस्ट लाइक दैट. फर्स्ट यू हैव टू गो टू एप्लीकेशन ए, देन एप्लीकेशन सी, देन एप्लीकेशन एफ, देन एप्लीकेशन डी. देयर इज सम ऑर्डर ऑफ स्टॉपिंग and there is a reverse order for starting. You cannot follow the same order what you have followed for stop and the same order for start. No, it should be in a reverse order when you're starting it, because you are coming from top, but when you're starting, you have to go from bottom. So that's a SOP, standard operating procedures as per the client.
Right.
Is this clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. Access checklist for go live phase. When I say, I think we have discussed this, right? Access checklist, access for your environment, access for your servers.
Yeah. Did it yesterday.
So your VPN, your all these things. So when you basically working for a client, you cannot use, some clients will say, okay, don't use your vendor laptop, I mean your company laptop, use my laptop. They'll provide their own laptop. Someone will say, okay, that's fine, you can have your company laptop or a vendor laptop, but you have to connect to my environment with a VPN or some token. Whatever it is, their environment has to be safe, so that you cannot transfer any kind of a data, so that you cannot transfer any kind of a document, any kind of architecture pictures or any emails, nothing, so that it's good for your own safety.
Hmm.
When the client has to involve, when the client should not involve. That's a point number two. First is
Okay.
security and the involvement of a client, access for the respective environment. If you are dealing the KT at a development level, is the development access has been done for you? At least if not access, is the request has been raised for you? At least. And who has to raise the request? Who has to give you the process? Again, the client. So it's again, hey, my team is ready to take a KD. Can you please submit a request for a development access? His employee ID is this. His details are this. Can you please submit it? And then he'll submit accordingly, and then process will start. You're taking KD for environment. Before environment, you have to get an environmental access. So tools, we have discussed all these things. ServiceNow, Remedy, Jira, Dynatrace, Splunk, SolarWinds. Mostly, most of the projects are using Splunk and Dynatrace. Okay. What is this Splunk and what is this Dynatrace is? They'll be having some agents which they want to monitor, and they will install, and they'll show you the reports in the dashboard. Graphical dashboard. You no need to have a experience on this, just a knowledge purpose. For example, if there
Hmm.
is a CPU is high, there is some kind of a graph will come. 90, it touches 90%, it touches 80%, it touches 73%, something like that.
Right.
So when you are clear on an access checklist for observation phase, For a performance phase, it is same. For a go live phase, it is same. Just a number of servers will be changed as per the application. Completion of shadowing sessions for each. Transition lead, SMEs, project team, client. So when you are taking a sign off, you need to involve the client after the reverse shadow. And if you involve, if the client is available for reverse shadow, that is also be great. If not available, sign off. Sign off means your client is cross verifying the KT what your team has got is correct or not. Are they really able to handle it or not? What the client will say, hey guys, we do the normal ticketing work, we'll do the changes. Are you comfortable with the ticketing SLA? Are you comfortable with the changes SLA? Do you know weekly basis we have a Wednesday stand up call where we decide what changes we are going to do next week? And every day we have a stand up call, we are going to discuss a day to day task activities. There's a weekly task review, daily task review. There you will be having someone called a Scrum Master. Scrum Master will talk to you on a daily basis, day to day basis, your to do list. The DevOps team work in the model of sprint planning. What is a sprint planning? The sprint planning works goes on a 2 week basis. Any idea what is a sprint?
It's a 2 week procedure, I think 2 week task, yeah.
Exactly.
Where
So
the number of user stories which are on priority list needs to be completed in a given span of time as per the
perfect,
client requirement.
perfect. Developers, DevOps, DBAs. Okay, everyone will be given a task.
Hmm.
And the beauty of this sprint planning is your Scrum Master or your business analyst is not going to ask you to do this work in this timeline. They'll ask developer only how much time you need. They'll ask DevOps how much time you need. He says, with this sprint, I can't complete. I need a one more sprint. Because so and so reason he has to explain why he really need that much of a time. If that is the case, then what the business analyst will do, he divide the task T1, T2. T1 is for a sprint 1. T2 is for sprint 2. That's how the discussion works. Poking session.
No. What is this
That
T1? T1 is what basically?
sprint 1, SP1, sprint 1, sprint 2. Sprint 1 means 2 weeks of time. For example, 1 to 15. For example, calendar days 01 to 15. Now here you are planning for 16 to 30. Just like that. Calendar days.
Hmm.
Is this clear?
Yeah.
That's how the planning works in terms of stuff. Access validation. You have to prepare the moreover your job mostly will be in the Excel sheet only. You see this items, responsible, access, okay, run books. How many run books they have? This run books is for which team? Is either they are completed or not. Metrics, define KPIs, SLAs, service delivery manager, monitoring team, DevOps team. What time? How is it going? How the progress is going? You will be comfortable once you step in into the project, once you see their environment. Sometimes they'll ask you to prepare on your own. Most of the time the documentation will be there, templates will be there already, so you just need to know how to use it.
Can you
Track,
go on one of
track
the, you mentioned somewhere baseline something. Can you go to that particular worksheet? I want to go.
baseline.
You wrote somewhere baseline. Yeah, this
Yeah.
base. What is this baseline? Performance metrics.
See, what is that you consider your environment is healthy? If it is CPU utilization below 60%, you feel it is healthy. If it is crossing 70, 80, 90, then you are unhealthy.
If CPU utilization is less than 60%, correct?
Yes, yes,
Then it is
healthy.
healthy, you are saying.
If it is unhealthy means unusual traffic is coming, the huge traffic comes in, okay? The number
Mm-hmm.
of tickets counts will increase.
Hmm.
Why all of a sudden, which is not the behavior in the past? If something is happening today, there is something wrong. Is it a patching? Is it a changes? Is it some recent new deployment? What is that this incident is causing? Without having any changes, your environment will not affect. If the environment is affecting, your first question should be, what is the changes that has been done recently to the application? कुछ तो गड़बड़ किया होगा, किसी ने तो किया होगा, तभी तो प्रॉब्लम आएगा ना। अगर किसी ने
Right.
कुछ नहीं किया तो प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं आएगा।
Hmm.
अगर किसी ने हैक कर लिया, अनऑथराइज्ड यूजर आ गया, घुस गया, तो सिक्योरिटी टीम वाला देखेगा, करेक्ट।
Hmm.
जो भी हो, यू
Right.
विल गेट अलर्ट्स, यू विल गेट ईमेल्स, एवरीथिंग इज अ ट्रैकिंग ओवर हियर। जब तक सब कुछ बेसलाइन के अंडर है, सब कुछ ठीक है। अगर बेसलाइन के ऊपर कुछ आ रहा है, आपको ग्राफ में कुछ दिख रहा है, देन इट इज अ प्रॉब्लम। वो आपको मॉनिटरिंग टीम बता देगी। ये L1 वाले बंदे बैठे रहेंगे, देयर जॉब इज जस्ट टू मॉनिटर द स्क्रीन। ओके,
Hmm.
you will get used to it. Okay,
Right.
so what is this next is completion of mandatory trainings. You just make sure when you got to assign to project, okay, they'll not directly
Hmm.
give you the work. You first have to do some mandatory trainings. Money laundering, all these discussions will be happening. uh, Sexual harassment, the basic quality is to be there in the associate. You should agree some terms and conditions. Even though, of course, you are not going to do it, you have not done it, but still, it's their protocol to follow. Money laundering, abusing, the certification with respect to the work, what you are related to, expected to do, the role based activity certification. If not external, at least internal. So, peer review. After that, how to behave with your colleagues, all those things. ये कुछ बेसिक चीजें होती हैं, so that you are ready to shoot up in an environment where the client is expecting the deliverables. That's how it goes. Now this is a go live phase. What do you mean by go live phase? Your 10th class exams on board.
Hmm.
So now after going to go live phase, you cannot say my team is not having access. We cannot give the silly reasons at the last minute. Go live readiness sign off. When you say my application is go live, which means end user who is using our service can be affected if there is a problem with your code which is deployed. Correct? You have got
Hmm.
enough time to spend on your lower environments, and you cannot do the same mistake on your production environment. Why? Because you have done all these things in your lower environment. You have taken enough time. After testing, after confirmation, then only you are bringing the same code. And please make sure the code is same, and make sure there is no additional changes has been done by developers in that particular code what you are pushing in your production environment. If you are coming up with a surprises, then the first question will come to transition manager. Why this code is not same? Why the additional changes has been happened? Most of the developers say that that was being done very long back. Now recently we done some changes. No, even though when you're done with the changes, you should not come up with a change directly into the production environment. First, you have to go back to lower environments and then you have to test it. You have to approval, you have to get an approval, and then you have to come to production. Correct?
Correct.
Final access validation. When I say final access validation, all these things are tested lower environments, tested in systems, tested in front of a business analyst, tested in front of a solution architect. You have to share the screen and work with the team. Can you please show me, present me how the documentation will be after going live, go live? And you'll be cross verifying all the run books. Hope they are not implementing any simple step out of the run books or SOPs. All the steps has been documented. Why we are focusing on run books and SOPs? For example, tomorrow anyone can change the organization, anyone can change the company. The new person can just simply copy paste from the document and implement it. That's the main purpose of runbook and SOPs, to avoid the human dependency. Okay, what
Right.
is the rollback plan? To go back to n-1 version, to go back to previous application. Is it clear?
L1 is what basically you're referring?
Sorry?
What is L1? L1?
No, no. For example, my application, okay. My application is there, okay. The version is n version. And what would be the previous version? n-1. What is the
Right.
future version? N
N
plus
plus
1
1.
version. Correct. Imagine this is your current state. Now, today you are doing a deployment. If this deployment fails, then what they'll ask you? Go back to your n-1 version,
Hmm.
which means the previous version.
Correct.
That's all I was trying to explain you.
Got
That's
it.
what the back out and rollback. Rollback means go back to your previous version.
Hmm. So the people who are responsible for these things, you have put up their names here, correct?
Exactly.
Like their job roles.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. So every team you'll have a tab. Tab for DevOps team, DB team, network operations team, service desk team. Okay. You just give them the tabs and rest of the documentation, ask them to fill it up. That's all. For one guy,
Hmm.
if you give the reference, the rest of the people can follow. It depends on how you mold them. If you think your team is really busy, then the entire Excel work has to be done by transition manager only. But when you are doing, they also need to be there on the call. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
can you explain me what is happening here?
This one, the third one you're referring.
Yeah, this production access and operations. Can you tell me what is these items are referring to?
24/7 support schedule confirmed. So basically, the support will be provided by the ops team. 24/7 means 24 hours and 7 days they are available for the support. If there is any
Exactly.
sort of discrepancy,
Exactly. What is this next?
on-call roster availability.
Hmm. For
Mm,
example, if there is a 1 week is there, 5 days you work, 2 days you won't work, correct? And those 2 days, who will cover the on call? I have a team 5 members. I cannot keep 5 members on the on call, right? I'll keep one guy as an on call so that he is
okay,
responsible from offshore for that 2 days. And this on call will be on a rotational basis. If 5 members are there, this is the rotational.
correct. So basically, any of the team member will be supporting on the weekends, let's say, correct? There will be
Exactly.
rotation will be
Exactly.
there.
What is this next?
Monitoring tools, actively tracking production metrics. Mm, I need your support here actually, little bit.
आपको एक स्क्रीन दिया जाएगा, उसमें एक डैशबोर्ड होगा, उसमें एसएलए होगा 70% 80%। अगर 60% से अबव आया तो मॉनिटरिंग टीम क्या करेगा? टिकट रेस करेगा और असाइन करेगा, बस। उसका जो बेस लाइन के नीचे है तभी उसके नीचे ही रहना चाहिए। अगर बेस लाइन के थोड़ा ऊपर भी गया, टिकट विल गेट जनरेट ऑटोमेटिकली। एंड द जॉब ऑफ अ मॉनिटरिंग टीम इज टू इन्फॉर्म सर्विस टीम देयर इज समथिंग अनयूजुअल इज हैपनिंग। रेड अलर्ट।
Okay, I think
Basically this is completely automated, but still you will keep one or two resources to monitor the screen.
so. Basically, this is the inflow of tickets. If it is there is a
Exactly,
huge.
inflow of automated tickets. Tickets will get generated.
Okay.
Now, what is next? Incident management and escalation. Suppose you have acknowledged the ticket within 15 minutes, okay? But you have not converted the ticket into in progress and you started, you're busy in working on the ticket, but you forgot to keep it in progress. That is also escalation. Why? Why didn't you convert the ticket from a new state to in progress ticket? Just acknowledgement is not enough. You have to convert the ticket into in progress state. Why? Because then only the ticketing tool will come to know that you have started working on it. If you just simply acknowledge means you have simply acknowledged it. It doesn't mean that you are working on it. System will consider only when you convert the things into in progress, then only they'll consider as a working. Correct? Now, next. What is this?
Internal and client escalation metrics confirmation. So basically, here the details of internal escalation people as per the hierarchy and the external matrix, like the people to whom we have to reach out to the next level if there is any sort of discrepancy or escalation.
Yeah, yeah. See, sometimes what will happen, client, even though client know that your technical team don't know this, but still they'll assign the task,
Mm-hmm.
stating that these guys can do, but they cannot assign a work to the technical team directly. They have to come to you, they have to talk to you. We have something new in our bucket, which we have come up with the additional plans. Then what you have to say? Hey, that's really good. My team is happy to help you, but I have to add this in SOW. I
And
need
this
a,
thing, I think it will happen post go live, no? This thing what you are talking about.
yes, 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 yes. If they are
And project
giving
management
something
is.
new which is not there in SOW, then you
Hmm.
have to talk, convince your client stating that भाई हम करेंगे, हम मना नहीं कर रहे, we will do it, but this is not part of my SOW. So my team is
Okay.
not having a confidence enough on it. If you are really able to give the proper KT, I'm happy to take it up. And please don't consider that as an escalation. अगर वो लोग करते भी हैं तो will not take it as an escalation.
Hmm.
Sometimes we have to support our team as a transition manager. Correct. They
Okay.
cannot blame us for every silly reasons. They cannot blame for a 20 years outstanding work for us. They
Mm-hmm.
whatever is we have agreed as per the SOW, that's what we are responsible. हम लोग उनका साइंटिस्ट नहीं है, हम लोग कोई नासा का साइंटिस्ट नहीं है, हम लोग सिर्फ रिस्टार्ट करेंगे, पैचिंग करेंगे। अगर कुछ ज्यादा से ज्यादा होगा तो उनके हिसाब से काम करेंगे, बस। डोंट इमेजिन अस लाइक अ बाबा। दैट वी विल, हम हाथ घुमाएंगे और उसका एप्लीकेशन चलने लग जाएगा. इट वोंट वर्क लाइक दैट.
हम्म। तो इसमें अगर एडिशनल काम आता है तो इसमें कॉस्टिंग पे भी इफेक्ट आता है क्या?
कॉस्टिंग पे इफेक्ट नहीं आएगा, डिले हो जाएगा.
मतलब एग्जिस्टिंग काम डिले हो जाएगा ना, जो हम कर रहे थे, करेक्ट?
एग्जैक्टली,
अगर हम न्यू
ऑब्वियसली.
काम कर रहे हैं।
क्योंकि हमको वॉइस रेज करना पड़ेगा.
हम्म।
वी हैव टू रेज इट द वॉइस इन एडवांस कि भाई यहाँ डिले होने वाला है. तो डिले हो गया अभी तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, लेकिन आपने पहले वॉइस रेज नहीं किया, बाद में डिले हो गया, देन एवरीवन इज रेस्पॉन्सिबल. यू आर द
ओके।
पॉइंट. आपने अगर
हम्म।
पहले ही नॉइस को गेस कर लिया कि भाई ये चीज़ हमसे होने वाली नहीं है, और ये चीज़ हमको पहले बताया नहीं है, हमारे पास इसका रिलेटेड कोई डॉक्यूमेंट नहीं है या फिर कोई रिकॉर्डिंग नहीं है, इफ यू आर 100% श्योर, देन यू टॉक टू योर टीम, 1 or 2 टाइम डिस्कशन, देन गो टू क्लाइंट.
राइट।
बाद में पता चला क्लाइंट के जाने के बाद कि उसने दिया था और उसके पास प्रूफ है, तो लेने के देने पड़ जाएंगे.
हम्म।
ओके. तो नेक्स्ट इज गो लाइफ इज. Go life is you sit, relax, and watch. It's like you have given all the data and you applied for credit card, and credit card is about to dispatch to your home. That's all.
तो गो लाइव फेज आने के बाद कितना टाइम तक टीएम का सपोर्ट रहता है, मींस टिल हाइपर केयर, टिल 2 वीक्स मोर?
लगा लो 1 मंथ
अच्छा, आफ्टर गो लाइव, हाँ।
आफ्टर गो लाइव. गो लाइव मतलब क्या, मतलब एप्लीकेशन गो लाइव नहीं है यहाँ पे. आपका टीम विल हैंडल द वर्क विदाउट एनी सपोर्ट, दैट्स ऑल.
हम्म।
आपका एप्लीकेशन गो लाइव नहीं है यहाँ पे, आपका टीम जो है विदाउट एनी सपोर्ट गोइंग टू वर्क, दैट्स ऑल. दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस. Of course, there will be a client. Of course, there will be a client related employees. Other vendors will be there. Everything. Okay. Your team is performing without any support. That's the meaning of a go live in a transition manager role.
ओके।
Okay. Next, IT support and project team. Bridge call, war room. मान लो कोई P1 आ गया, कोई बिजनेस इम्पैक्ट आ गया, तब आपको जंप करना पड़ेगा. तब यहाँ पे ट्रांजिशन मैनेजर का रोल कुछ नहीं रहेगा. टेक्निकल टीम, प्रोजेक्ट टीम का काम रहेगा. ओके. मान लो कोई एप्लीकेशन डाउन हो गया, सम $1 बिलियन का लॉस हो गया, XYZ ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला,
हम्म।
ऐसा.
ओके। ब्रिज कॉल और वॉर रूम सेटअप, तो बेसिकली ये क्या, मतलब कोई डिफरेंट रूम में सेटअप होता है क्या, ऐसा कुछ?
एक्चुअली क्या होता है ना, अभी मान लो किसी के पास अवेलेबल सेटअप है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ आई एम वर्किंग इन HCL, मेरे पास मेरा डेडिकेटेड ओडीसी है. मेरा जैसा ही वॉर रूम का एक सेपरेट कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम होता है, मैं वॉर रूम में चला जाता
हम्म।
हूँ. ओके. वॉर रूम में जाने के बाद डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टीम मेंबर्स विल come there into the call. If they are available in that ODC, they'll come to the conference. If they are not available in the ODC, then they'll join through conference call. That's all.
हम्म।
Basically, answer for your question, yes. There is a separate conference room. You have to come and join, and you have to understand what is the issue, when the issue has started, any changes has been done before that, and why this coming in today. Is it because of a traffic, networking, security breach, performance issues, resourcing capacity issues, what it is, and you have to find a reason for that problem. Okay.
ओके। ओके। इट इज अबाउट टू ओवर
See,
द।
one person cannot find a solution, but 10 people of a same project sitting together, obviously they will find a solution. That's all. But it's just that you need to know whom to ask question, what to need to ask question.
सर, इट इज अबाउट टू कंप्लीट सेशन, सो आई थिंक वी नीड टू कंटिन्यू फ्रॉम हियर टुमारो।
About to
ओनली
finish.
20 सेकंड्स आर लेफ्ट, है ना?
Do you have
बिकॉज
a
ये
time
सेक्शन
to
पूरा
continue?
नहीं।
I want to
सॉरी,
finish this today. Hmm?
so you have to again share the new link then,
Yeah, yeah, I'll
है ना?
share it. I'll share it.
You will share this particular Excel sheet, na? This one.
Ah, okay, I'll share it with you. You just go through it.